So that's a Tigreal ban from ONIC. It was also a pick on my mind, and maybe EVOS is going to consider the Tigreal again. But ONIC is now going to force them to dig deeper into that hero pool. What else does Tawny have left? I suppose there is still the Kufra against all these dashes. I mean, they themselves ban out Phobias. If not the Tigreal, what, the Kaja?
Unfortunately, we don't really see much of Kaja anymore. Pretty classic options against Cho are either heroes that can match CC like Ruby, or just straight up bulky frontliners, right? Like a Tot or Hylos, both of which are still open right now. So I think EVOS will probably lean in that direction instead.
Support, yeah, the Hylos is, I mean, even the Khalid is still there, but yeah, I do dig the Hylos a bit more. Hilda banned out as well by ONIC. A part of me was thinking of the Hilda, but more so for the XP lane. Let's see. So the Katot will be the choice for EVOS. They're gonna keep it up, keep it a flex.
Yeah, Katot being picked up here means that ONIC doesn't actually know which lane he's going into yet, but they are going to be looking for their own EXP/roam flex depending on where this Cho goes, as well as the mid lane. Now that the Katot is out, we're not going to be seeing the same Farsa from Super Prince. There's a reason we banned it out previously, because that AOG just destroys the Feathered Airstrike entirely. There are still a good number of mage picks in the pool. Still the classic fallbacks like Vexana as well as Aurora. Let's see what ONIC decides to go for.
Alright, let's see. No, there's the Veil.
Ooh.
Veil and Hylos. Suppose it's not too
like
bad of a
this.
pick, right? I mean, they we've seen this example. The Veil pick, I think SRD showed us when they fought against RRQ. Hoshi in M6, like the Veil, pretty darn good answer into some of these picks. Like you blow them up so quickly.
Veil is a hero that I expressed doubts about during SPS in the Open Finals. I believe when it was played by Yue, when it was against Fanny. I said that this is going to be a food hero, you know, not the greatest mobility, but I neglected to think about how quickly Wind Blow comes out, right? There's not a lot of backswing into it, so it's actually very good at catching assassins off guard by just instantly knocking them up into the full combo and burst. Veil has definitely gained a lot of popularity since that pick in SPS previously, and now the CC will come out to counter against the Hylos at the end, but it looks like they're gonna flex the Cho into EXP instead.
Yeah, it's a very smart switch at the end, right after seeing the CC, so it's better to have Kirk on the Cho, so you don't get kind of stuck on by the CC. I'll say this Veil might seem immobile, but at max passive you get like what, 80 extra movement speed, so it's pretty fast, you know, for someone who commands the wind. It would be pretty funny if Veil doesn't travel at high speed. See though, game 2 is gonna kick off right now. We will have ONIC Philippines on the blue side and EVOS Glory on red.
Game number 1 ended up being a very one-sided affair for our current world champions. EVOS Esports are now eager to switch things up, have definitely gone for a more standard composition here with pretty good early game presence, but is it going to be enough? Because ONIC still has a lot of their comfort heroes. They switched up with the Hylos and the Veil, but otherwise, still the same heroes we saw in game 1.
I'd like to quickly say that Super Prince is using the base skin, which I'm not impressed by.
Oh.
He literally had a new, it was, what do you call it, the event skin. It's not called Starlight, but the latest one, which makes him like a magician, consensual musician or something. At first, it almost came through the lethal initiation and actually did proc.
When you're so confident that you're gonna be able to make things work out even without that extra 8 magic attack from the skin, then why not, right? Super Friends, oh, in the mid lane.
Brusco's gonna eat up all of the shadow kills, stuns Annabelle under the turret, and he himself gets out alive.
A really nice stun at the end by Briscoe. A kill there would have been huge for Annabelle to get started on the snowball for the Hayabusa, but turns out it's Tawny instead that gets caught out. Again, the off-tempo play by King Kong. He always comes in after the enemy jungler has already made their attempt.
Yeah, not only that, he came in and was level 4, now gets to clear up his camp just in time for the orange buff to spawn once more. See King Kong, he's going to be slightly ahead in experience compared to Annabelle. And yeah, with this turtle taken out, no chance for EVOS to do anything about it.
King Kong not even having to expend the retribution here.
Wow.
And we can see just how low the... Wait, what happened back there? That must have been a bailout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's very painful. And Briscoe knows that he's at low HP too. This is very oppressive already. Has to use the retreat just to secure the orange buff, but now Briscoe.
Well, he's just gonna eat it up. The glorious pathway percentage max HP heal finds Annabelle at the end, and King Kong just slices him in half. Now Tawny needs to get away. King Kong back in the frame. The win!
No!
Super Prince! At the very edge of it, King Kong finds a triple kill.
This is very much a stop, they're already dead situation for EVOS. Already a 2k lead, 4 kills to 0, 3 minutes in, so clean from ONIC Philippines. For a moment, it looks like Briscoe is going to be punished for trying to go for Annabelle. But they do get killed at least.
But then King Kong will just come in for revenge. Takes down Nikki, slice Claw Kun in half, and now looking for Tawny. Window connects, this time no follow-up from ONIC Philippines. King Kong just found 6 kills in under 4 minutes.
6-0 Suyo in 3.5 minutes. I'm sorry, EVOS, the game is over. What do you even do at this point? And it's King Kong of all people. MVP with Suyo in game 1, nearly a 900 GPM. What's gonna be his GPM in this game? I don't even know. It is insane what ONIC is capable of achieving with these invades, with these punishes. EVOS just doesn't know what's hitting them.
If this game ends under 10 minutes, King Kong is probably going to hit like a 1k GPM.
Yeah, I think so.
It's probably halfway there. They can continue to invade. If you're Annabelle, damage you do, damage you don't, and yeah, kick in the face. Briscoe picks up that kill. An orange buff. Not sure if Annabelle got it, but not that it's going to matter anyways. The third turtle spawns on Philippines, not in a rush at all.
Unfortunately, EVOS once again just not really having lane priority, or at the very least enough of it to allow them to make something happen more aggressively on the map. They're also encountering a similar issue I pointed out earlier, where they only have the Gatot as a form of initiation with a CC, right? So they don't have this reliable ways of starting teamfights and locking people down either. That's allowing ONIC to just go wild.
It's the same issue we saw between Blackers and Lazy Esports in game 1. Eldora with vengeance. Annabelle shows up, shallow kill, dispersed between King Kong and Kirk, and now where's Annabelle gonna go? Kirk tries to look for him, and behind the scenes, Valdora just got destroyed.
I kind of want to see what King Kong's itemization is already. Like, how many items does the Suyo have at this point with his 7-0-1 score? We're 5 minutes in, Avatar the Guardian comes in, Super Prince avoids it, flickers out!
And King Kong re-engages, just takes out Nikki just like that.
They're actually too good. Super Prince, under any other circumstance, Avail should be dead in that position, but instead sets up, gets the windstorm in, Annabelle gets chased down!
And Kirk finds the kickback, Briscoe gets a double kill just like that.
This game is going to be rated PG-13 because this is ugly. This is no longer safe for like child consumption. You know, you need parental guidance to tell you that EVOS is being destroyed right now. 7k goal lead in 6 minutes. What do you even do?
This game is the prime example of why some people think that video game incites violence. It's not that ONICPH wants it, it's just they are too good at the game. They did lose Briscoe. So that's the second kill that EVOS has found this entire game. And it's so minuscule, doesn't really matter. The third turtle is going to be spawning. We're still in the turtle phase of the game, and ONIC has like a 7k goal lead.
The diversion play was good, right? Being able to pull the entire team over to catch out Briscoe, but that is the ONIC roamer. He's not even worth that much, all things considered, and yet still actually pretty good for EVOS. You can see just how scared they are. Tawny not able to hold up the front line against Kirk at all. So split push is happening for Annabelle, so I do think that's a good idea. ONIC isn't actually that good at responding to split pushing, but they are starting to rotate up now, so I hope Annabelle is getting out soon.
For Super Prince, find a win blow now. Not gonna risk it.
Alright.
They did commit the glorious pathway to get into lane, but still EVOS, they got the turret. Meanwhile, King Kong's gonna be taunted up. There's 5 people on top of him. King Kong trying to get away. Soul7 heals himself back up, so Kirk is the one who falls. Super Friends shows up just in time. Still nothing, not too much for EVOS. It's Purify out from Nikki. AOG from Tani completely misses. Briscoe stuns him out. Law and Order. King Kong is legendary. Takes the orange buff in the process. He's doing 3 things at once.
That is a BOD in 8 minutes. I think it's probably a second or third item as well, as the Vengeance is popped by Veldora. Almost falls. If King Kong had Sky Piercer, then that would have been another kill as well. But not everyone builds the same way James does. Right now, you can see, yep, third item, BOD in 8 minutes. If the game isn't over, I don't know what is. He actually has the same net worth as 2 people from EVOS added together.
He's the bait. It's all about King Kong. They find the kick. Kirk sets it up. King Kong tries to get away from Annabelle. Annabelle finds the shutdown finally at the end. But then Kelra is the second layer of the problem. Kirk, another knockup. Kelra over. The turret is a maniac. It's going to be a savage for Kelra at this point. Where's the crit? Kelra finds the first savage in the challenge season. And ONIC Philippines just styling on EVOS right now.
I want to cheer for the underdog. I was happy to finally see them shut down King Kong's 9-kill streak, but then it just converts into a savage for Kelra. That is the danger of ONIC Philippines right there. You think that you finally dealt with their main carry, turns out nope, they were just setting up for a different core the entire time. But it does narrow down the goal difference quite a bit. It's only 4k now for ONIC, which is quite a lot less than it was before. Another diversion play, just to scout there. No, they actually do take it. Not able to find anyone, unfortunately. ONIC still in a very dominating position, especially now that their gold lane is fully online.
King Kong wasn't even aiming at the bush, but it did force a reaction from Tawny and Nikki. So kind of back to square one. EVOS are definitely in a bit of a more comfortable position. Not enough to contest the Lord though. That goes over to ONIC Philippines as expected. How fast did King Kong hit 15? Huh. 11.
You are. I can't remember what the level 15 timing high score at M6 was, but it was actually pretty quick. I don't think King Kong beat it, but he was pretty darn close here. And it shows the superiority of ONICPH right now. They got the Lord. They're going to be pushing in with the next one. EVOS does still have some tier 2s, so they should be able to defend this without too much damage. Holy Crystals is completed, so now Super Fritz will be one-shotting Nikki if he's unlucky enough. This is going to be a tough defense for EVOS. Oh, never mind.
And they found Annabelle.
Literally the moment I said it would one-shot someone. Okay, well... What do you even do? How do you even play the game at this point?
They're gonna somehow try. There's so much damage from ONIC Philippines.
Oh,
Kelra, look at him!
Kelra.
My man is running in the middle of 4 people and an inhibitor turret and still finds the kill onto Nikki. Lord will be taken care of. Kirk with the kick. AOG doesn't do anything. That's Claw Kun down. Kirk will be taunted out and he falls. But still, ONIC Philippines have the man advantage. Annabelle back into the fight. Veldora losing all of his HP. Kelra blasts him through the Vengeance as Tawny sticks onto him and punches him to oblivion. But Tawny will also go down. Super Friends finds the double kill. 7 seconds for Clawkun. Nikki is already back. ONIC Philippines will now turn their attention to take down the rest of the inhibitors of EVOS and call it a day unless Annabelle has something to say about it, but respects King Kong, and ONIC Philippines finally falls back.
EVOS being able to hold their base there is actually impressive considering the pressure that ONIC was exerting. They did actually end up overstaying, so EVOS was able to just continue to top themselves back up in the base and slowly take them out one by one. And despite all of that, we are still looking at an 8k goal. Oh, diversion into the mid lane.
Found Kirk. Does Brusko still want to take this? Gonna try to stick onto Tani. Here comes Kelra running in with the heavy crossbows. The wind blow does miss. King Kong with the big wraparound. They lose Tani first. Snipe. Brusko kept alive by the revitalized King Kong. Big damage. Annabelle almost just evaporates. The King Kong keeps on fighting. Extra attack speed in immortal form. Takes down Veldora. Super Friends now has Clawkun cornered. King Kong gets the Purify out. Takes him down anyways. And Kelra will do what he does best. Take down the Crystal. And ONIC Philippines steamrolls through EVOS.
We predicted it. We knew that the world champion team had something to prove. And their victory dance shows that they are still here to play some clean MLBB. EVOS, they tried, but it just didn't seem like a competition at all. We are going to be witnessing ONICPH go up against Blacklist International for that first slot into the Challenge Finals from Group A.
It's already set up to be a very interesting showdown on the upper bracket end. Of course, it will not happen immediately, so the teams get some time to prep. And of course, Bonchan even earlier on did say that he anticipates the showdown against ONIC Philippines. Now it's time to get to the drawing board. But for ONICPH, this is just another day at work, just another walk in the park, you know. Just completely dismantling EVOS glory at every single turn.
Generally, when you have early game assassin junglers, the worst thing you can do is give them an early game snowball, and that is what we saw happen on probably the worst player you could give it to, King Kong, with a 13.5k total personal net worth 12 minutes into the game. Man only died that one time after a 9-kill streak. I mean, what can you say?
I mean, he lost his kill streak, and then like you pointed out, it became a savage for Kelra, right? It was like just like this sick joke that ONIC Philippines is playing on EVO. You give them a hope and then you take it away. Of course, King Kong is our MVP this game, and yeah, there we go. The 1k
man.
GPM, 1089.
1089 GPM. And what's even worse is that Kelra also had an 895 GPM. Normally when you have crazy gold scores like this, it's only on the one core that's really dominating the game. But in this case, it's on two of them. At that point, you already know the game is pretty much over. The difference in damage dealt is on another level entirely. Every single player showing that they still have the micro mechanics that brought them all the way to that world champion title. ONIC are here to play. They want to claim another champion under their belt, and right now are looking very promising to be able to make it all the way to the next stage of the Snapdragon Pro Series.
I mean, King Kong dealt so much damage. He is equivalent to more than 2 of EVO's Glory's members. I mean, this is our king of the jungle. They should make a movie out of this guy. I know we have a lot of movies about big gorillas, but this is the true king of the jungle right now. He's just uncontested, undefeated. How do you stand up against this guy?
We need someone to be Godzilla so that they can play like opposite him in the movie, right? Right now, we don't really have that yet. There's a lot of promising junglers, but King Kong has just reached a totally different level in the previous year of gameplay. And the stats reflect it, his rotations reflect it, his micro reflects it, and having the support system to bring out his maximum potential, that is what makes a team a true terror in the Land of Dawn.
If I'm not mistaken, King Kong, this is like what, his before 2025, it's like his second year in the major leagues, and you see the evolution, right, from TNC all the way to, you know, at that point in time, Fnatic Onyx Philippines, and then world champions. And people have been saying like this kid is something else. I remember Naisu talking about it when Naisu or Ranma talking about it when they saw King Kong back in TNC, and in just a short while, just within a year's worth of time, he is now literally the best jungler in the world. And some people really are gifted, but most importantly is having the right mindset. And being part of the super family definitely helps with that. I know Coach Why Not gave King Kong a lot of praises in regards to that.
And of course, we cannot forget the gold standard himself, who got the first Savage of the tournament. Also, the editors are having a very good time splicing in Onyx dancing in between the clips of them just destroying their opponents, by the way. Onyx, you can tell that they were having fun, and despite that, their gameplay didn't suffer a single bit for it. They are ready to take on the world once again. And I think all the other teams have to be so prepared to face them.
Yeah, and then just to quote what Trex said during M6, in the Philippines, there's no champions, only the super family. Congratulations to Onyx Philippines, 2-0 over EVOS ESPORTS in just the cleanest possible fashion that I think everyone expected. It's hard to not root for Onyx knowing how good they are.
There's just something about these players that have come out of TNC, right? King Kong now popping off here. We of course have our local players in SRG now as well, just reaching different heights in gameplay. But once again, we get to see the rotations of King Kong in this game. And there's definitely a bit more of a aggressive spin to it compared to Game 1.
A pretty artistic touch to it as well. I mean, King Kong, he's just shedding blood everywhere he goes. I mean, look at the places he got the kills, right? It is all over the map.
And in the previous game, where he largely stayed in his own side of the jungle until the mid game, this game the whole map is his. You know, it's like there was no place for Annabelle at all. Just basically evicted from his home. You know, King Kong showing how you maximize efficiency as a jungler, farming the entire map at once, getting kills wherever you can. 1089 GPM. That's gonna be the score to beat going forward here at SPS.
And I remember, you know, certain teams, certain people when they talk about Onyx, and there was this question of, like, do you communicate every play? And sometimes Onyx were like, no. Sometimes the players, they do it themselves, and it's just second nature to them. So yeah, I mean, again, this is the best team in the world that you're looking at, and there really isn't any way around it. You know, we've seen teams take games but not series, but we have an interview right now, and it's with the king of the jungle. We got King Kong right here with us. Hello, King Kong. Happy New Year.
Hello, Happy New Year, guys.
So first of all, how are you consistently so dang good at the game? Like, what is the secret to you just crushing EVO's glory?
The secret is
Simple answer. I think it's a very simple process after all, right? King Kong has shown the world that he is one of the best junglers around, and he's gonna continue doing so. I have to ask, now that you guys are world champions, now that you're playing in SPS again, do you think that it's gonna be very easy for you guys to just go all the way and become winners once again?
no, because many teams are practicing and getting ready for this tournament.
I think that's a very good answer. I'm gonna follow up on that actually. Are there any teams in particular that you maybe want to play again after M6, or like new teams that you have an eye on that you really want to face here at Snapdragon?
I want to face Team Liquid Indonesia. Team Liquid Indonesia.
I knew it. I knew this was coming. It's about Fabian, right? Like you want to face Fabian again, right? So I know you and Fabian, you have
Yeah.
have a thing going on. Yeah. So I'm hearing fireworks on my place. It's to celebrate this win. I know King Kong. I know you've been hitting the gym in your free time. You know, is that one of the ways to keep yourself, you know, at tip-top condition? Is that why you're so good, you know, in as a jungler? Is it because of your gym routine? Could you share with us, you know, some of the simple processes when you lift weights, when you lift the plates in the gym?
At some yes.
Yes. Do you have like what is like a simple routine? Like if I like look at me, like I'm clearly very skinny, but I want to hit the gym, right? Do you have any sample routines I can try out?
Just eat a lot.
Just
Like
eat a lot. All
Prince,
right, all right.
bulking season.
Super Princess bulking season. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Bulking
Right?
season.
Bulking season. Right. Got it. One last thing before I hand it over to Sadafa. I know people ask Kelra, and Kelra did say that MPL Philippines is harder than M6, you know, when they were talking about the World Championship. What do you think about SPS? Is it going to be harder than MPL Philippines or easier than MPL Philippines?
I think MPL Philippines is still harder because Filipinos.
Well, it can be a little bit hard to deny that, considering just how well all of the PH teams have been performing on all the international tournaments. But I do think that the rest of the world is slowly starting to catch up a little bit more. I gotta ask, so Kika, are there any things that you maybe want to say to your fans, right? The people who have already supported you, especially now that you guys are world champions?
For the fans, thank you very much for always supporting us. We will always do our best for you guys.
And we can tell that you guys are always doing the best. It's very fun to watch you guys, and congratulations on this victory here. Did you predict that it would be like such a clean 2-0 sweep?
Yes.
I think all of us felt the same. Okay, final thing for me. You guys will be playing Blacklist, right? Like whoever wins that series, you guys are going straight to challenge finals. Do you think it's going to be, you know, easy against Blacklist, or will they put up a tougher fight than EVOS today?
Basta pilan yan? 2-0 in favor
2-0
of
Blacklist.